welcome to another edition of This Week in Agriculture, a presentation of the Communications Unit, Ministry of Agriculture. I'm your producer and host, Christopher Holder. On this program, we bring you highlights of the activities of the Agriculture Minister and his team at the Ministry of Agriculture. And of course, this week, no different. A whole lot of activities rolled out this past week. Agriculture Month concluded, ended with that Honeyfest. A very huge success it was. Our honey producers have certainly been upping their production. We see that production has gone from 15,000 gallons annually to now something like 27, close to 30,000 tons. So our producers are really heeding the call to up production and to ensure that they take advantage of the opportunities provided to them by government, by way of investment, by way of the provision of direct support. Some of our producers have been provided with raw materials like hives and other safety gear and so on. So, government has been stepping up, and our farmers have been heeding the call, producing double the amount of honey produced a year ago. So that's it for this week in agriculture. We will be back with details after these messages.
Calling all farmers. Your registration with the Ministry of Agriculture promotes inclusivity and equity in our agricultural sector. By registering, you ensure that marginalized groups have equal access to resources and support, empowering everyone to thrive in farming. Together, let's build a more inclusive and prosperous future for agriculture. Register today and join us in shaping the future of farming for all. Contact the Ministry of Agriculture Extension Officer in your area and become a registered farmer and be part of the agriculture revolution. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Guyana's government is committed to involving youth in agriculture through innovative initiatives like the Agriculture Innovative and Entrepreneurship Program. Launched in 2021, this program introduces youth to climate-smart techniques and high-value crop production. Over 300 shade houses have been constructed, empowering young people to grow crops like carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. In 2023, Guyana expanded hydroponics farming, engaging over 300 youths in cultivating diverse crops from local and regional markets. Promoting agricultural science in secondary schools is also key. Investments in school farms, shade houses, and resources like chickens and aquaponics training enhance agricultural education. Through these initiatives, the government ensures youth are at the forefront of agricultural development. Join us in building a sustainable and prosperous future in agriculture. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Farmers and agro-processors, the Guyana Marketing Corporation is here to help you thrive. Our Agribusiness Development Unit offers comprehensive training for agro-processors, ensuring you have the knowledge and skills to succeed. Need advice on your agro-processing facility? We've got you covered, with expert guidance to optimize your operations. From generating nutritional facts to developing new products, we provide the services you need to enhance your offerings. Stand out on the shelves with our label design and packaging material services, making your products attractive and market-ready. We also create market linkages, connecting you with the right buyers and markets to expand your business reach. Are you ready to take your agribusiness to the next level? Contact the Guyana Marketing Corporation today. The Guyana Marketing Corporation, cultivating growth, empowering success. Together, let's grow Guyana's agricultural future.
The GRDB's Rice Research Station at Burma is reminding farmers that the GRDB's new high-yielding varieties' yield potential is 7 to 8 tons per hectare or 45 to 55 bags per acre. However, because the variety is a heavy feeder and its panicles produce up to 250 grains or more, there is constant need for adequate nutrition at every stage of the growing cycle. It is important to note that together with adequate nutrition for the plants, there is vital need to reduce competition for those vital nutrients through the eradication of competing weeds, especially red rice. The recommended approach to weed management is an integrated one that begins at land preparation. Once proper weed management is realized, farmers should fertilize as follows. The application of TSP at a rate of 50 to 75 pounds per acre at dry land preparation or by broadcasting at 14 to 21 days after sowing. Urea at a rate of 1.5 to 2 bags per acre, split into two applications at 18 to 21 and at 40 to 45 days. A third dose at 60 days after sowing is optional. MOP at a rate of 50 to 75 pounds per acre in two equal splits at land preparation or broadcasted at 14 to 21 days and then at 40 to 42 days. Boron. Apply half pint per acre in two equal splits. That's a quarter pint at 21 to 25 days and a quarter pint per acre at 45 to 50 days after sowing. In cases where a soil test report is available, stick to the recommendations. NPK fertilizers can be applied at a rate of 220 pounds per acre at dry land preparation or 14 to 21 days after sowing as replacement for TSP and MOP. A message from the GRDB Ministry of Agriculture. We begin with highlights of Minister Mustafa's engagements on Tuesday, October 27. The minister met with a delegation from the NOBART Consultancy Services, NABCONS, and officials from India's Ministry of External Affairs to discuss the implementation of the Quick Impact Development Project, QIDP. Under this initiative, a grant of $1 million from the government of India will be used to upgrade and modernize the new Guyana Marketing Corporation's central packaging facility at Sophia. The project will see the installation of modern automated processing equipment for fruits, vegetables, and coconuts aimed at enhancing efficiency and productivity within the agro-processing sector. Minister Mustafa has welcomed the collaboration, noting that the investments aligns with government's broader agenda to expand value-added production, improve food safety standards, and enhance Guyana's capacity to access regional and international markets. The modernization of the central packaging facility is expected to increase processing efficiency, reduce post-harvest losses, and provide greater support to farmers and agro-processors as Guyana continues to advance its agri-food transformation agenda. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa says women must take advantage of the many wealth-generating opportunities available to them in the agriculture sector. Delivering the feature address at the launch of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industries Micro and Women Entrepreneur Learning Center Tuesday, Minister Mustafa told the gathering that although agriculture is largely viewed as a labor-intensive, male-dominated field, Guyanese women have for years been involved in agricultural activities. Minister Mustafa noted that government's current agricultural diversification strategy involves 35% women and 30% youth.
This learning center is more than just a physical space. It's a space of potential, a space where ideas can become enterprises, and enterprises can become engine of sustainable growth for our nation. Although agriculture is often viewed as a labor-intensive and male-dominated field, Guyanese women over the years have always been integral into this sector, from planting and harvesting in our rice fields and sugar estate, to tending kitchen gardens, rearing livestock, and running agro-processing ventures. According to the 2022 survey by the Ministry of Agriculture, women account for 33% of our farmers. Today, Under our agricultural diversification strategy, 35% of participants are women and 30% are youth. It is this government's vision by 2030, at least 50% of newly established agribusiness venture will be led by women and young people in our country. To achieve this, the Ministry of Agriculture has been actively implementing programs that foster greater inclusion, innovation, and entrepreneurship amongst women across our country. Allow me to highlight a few examples. Under our program, that now what we are working jointly with Barbados to create that brand of the Black Belly Sheep, under the Black Belly Sheep program, we are working to create a brand to replace the New Zealand lamb and Australian lamb coming to this part of the hemisphere. That project, we have presently 20% of farmers in that project are women. 35% are young people. As a matter of fact, we were given an instruction that all projects under the Ministry of Agriculture, economic project, must include 35, not less than 35% women and youth. And for that, that will be a tremendous achievement for us.
The Agriculture Minister also pointed to an ongoing collaboration with the Canadian government and the FAO to implement gender-responsive, climate-smart agriculture and food systems in the Caribbean project, which aims to promote and encourage the use of climate-smart technologies in viable agricultural value chains. Speaking to the launch of the GCCI Micro and Women Entrepreneur Learning Center, Minister Mustafa said the facility will serve to further empower women in agriculture.
The Micro and Women Entrepreneur Learning Center will play a critical role in advancing these goals. It will provide micro and women entrepreneurs with the skills and tools to strive, not just in agriculture, but across retail, services, and the digital economy. It will help farmers become business owners and business owners become market leaders. By fostering collaboration and continuous learning, this center will help ensure that our agriculture and business sector grow together, strengthening food security, supporting job creation, and expanding private sector development. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry deserves tremendous credit for the foresight and leadership in establishing this initiative. You have recognized that knowledge is the foundation of sustainable growth. By investing in training and development, the GCCI is investing in people, especially women, who drive our local economies forward. The government of Guyana, through the Ministry of Agriculture, stands firmly in partnership with you in this mission. This collaboration between the GCCI, WOODS, Global Affairs Canada, Small Business Bureau, GBTI, and several government agencies mark a new era for micro and women entrepreneurs in Guyana.
The Fisheries Department of the Ministry of Agriculture recently advanced its cage culture initiative in Region 9 with the installation of fish cages in the communities of Napi and Shulenab. The project aims to promote sustainable aquaculture and strengthen food security across hinterland communities. In Shulenab, one cage was assembled and installed in the Sawariwa River, marking the community's first step towards fish cage farming. Meanwhile, in Napi, 5 cages were assembled, 2 of which have been installed in the Napi Reservoir, while the remaining 3 are scheduled for installation in the coming weeks. Extension officers are also conducting training sessions with villagers on cage management, feeding practices, and harvesting techniques to ensure the proper maintenance and long-term success of the initiative. This effort forms part of the ministry's wider strategy to expand aquaculture production and create new livelihood opportunities across Guyana's hinterland regions. On Wednesday, the Ministry of Agriculture and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, Guyana office signed two important contracts to advance agricultural development in Guyana. The first contract focused on establishing a regional situation room which will be housed at the Ministry of Agriculture complex in Georgetown. The second contract supports the modernization of the Guyana School of Agriculture, GSA, transforming it into a regional center of excellence. Present at the signing were Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Director General of the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Danishwar Dionarine, Permanent Secretary, Ms. Dawn Ellis, and ECA's representative in Guyana, Mr. Wilmot Garnett. On Friday, the Guyana Livestock Development Authority hosted its second annual Honeyfest at its Monrepo main office, Agriculture Road. This year's event was held under the theme Buzz Forward, Sweet Innovations for a Safe and Sustainable Future. The event forms part of government's ongoing efforts to promote a sustainable and resilient apiculture industry as a key pillar of the country's expanding agri-food systems. In delivering the feature address, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said the theme perfectly captures the spirit of transformation that continues to define Guyana's agriculture sector. He stressed that beekeeping is more than just collecting honey. It is a vital part of our ecosystem, referring to honeybees as silent heroes, contributing exponentially to the pollination of the crops that form the very foundation of national food security. The Honeyfest showcased the creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship of local beekeepers and agro-processors, reflecting the ministry's continued drive to strengthen safe, sustainable, and value-added agricultural industries across Guyana. Guyana's first biotechnology plant tissue culture laboratory is now set to churn out approximately 1 million plantlets annually, a major boost to seedling production through the National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI. The new $450 million state-of-the-art facility was commissioned this past week and forms part of government's broader strategy to promote sustainable agricultural development across Guyana. In delivering the feature address, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said government has consistently prioritized agriculture, recognizing it as a cornerstone of the non-oil economy. He noted that Guyana's agriculture sector has grown steadily, contributing significantly to GDP, creating jobs and boosting exports.
In today's world, agriculture is no longer just about planting and harvesting. Our farmers must know these things. Because sometimes we want to use 10, 15 years techniques to get different results now. We have to change the way we are doing things. And we have to ensure that we bring into practice innovation, sustainability, precision. Those are things that will help us to have better yield and increase production. As the global population rises and climate change threatens productivity, we must turn to biotechnology and research-based solutions to secure our nation's food future. This tissue culture laboratory, developed in collaboration with TERI of India, and we heard financed through the IDB under the Sustainable Agriculture Development Program, is designed to produce, as I said, 50 times more plantlets that we are producing now. Presently, we are producing 15,000, and we're moving from 15,000 to 1 million. It's a giant leap. Through this facility, NARI will be able to produce disease-free. Imagine that. You know, only this week has been observed as Pesticide Awareness Week. And many farmers would agree with me that many times they experience serious problems in their crops. This tissue culture lab will produce disease-free, high-quality planting material at scales, rapidly multiply key crops, and we heard the various crops: plantain, banana, cassava, sweet potato, pineapple, and citrus. And these crops We want to reduce the food import bill. CARICOM wants to reduce the food import bill by 25% by the end of 2030. And these are the priority crops that we have developed at the ministerial task force. You know, in CARICOM at that meeting in Belize that I mentioned earlier, the heads of government set up a ministerial task force with all the agriculture ministers in CARICOM. Is in that task force, and that task force has been chaired by Guyana. And we are moving very rapidly and aggressively to reduce this food import bill by 25%. It should be of 25 by 2025, but it's now 25 by 2025 plus 5, because we want all the countries in CARICOM to ensure that they produce the target.
The Agriculture Minister told the audience that agriculture must be approached in a science-based manner. It must be climate smart and adaptive, which has been the approach of government since 2020. On Saturday, the Agriculture Minister and team from the Ministry of Agriculture traveled to Region 2 for a meeting with rice farmers on the way forward for the industry. During his address to farmers, Minister Mustafa reaffirmed the government's steadfast commitment to supporting rice farmers and ensuring the continued growth of the sector. Acknowledging the global challenges currently affecting the rice market, Minister Mustafa said government has continuously been engaging with millers to secure better prices for farmers and will continue to do so. But more than that, government has been providing billions of dollars in direct support to rice farmers.
Now, we have a program, you all know, and you all have been benefiting from this program. We have a fertilizer program for 3 years consistently. We have been helping farmers with fertilizer. The aim is to reduce the cost of production. That is one of the main challenges facing the rice industry, reducing the cost of production. So, over the years, we have tried to put measures in place to look at ways and means to bring down the cost of production. From our level, from the government level, we have been looking at trying to give farmers fertilizer. We start first of all with small amount. The fertilizer that is being distributed now, we're giving 1 bag, I think, 1 bag to 1 acre, 1 bag of fertilizer to an acre of land. So farmers who plant now having a bag per acre. We have the transportation that the minister spoke about. To date, for this crop, we transported 208,000 bags of paddy, free over there, 208,000 bags of paddy. That equivalent to $40 million. Those costs are taken up by the government. So $40 million. The fertilizer program for the farmers, 54,090 bags of fertilizer, equivalent to $344 million. That cost was taken up by the government. Paddy intervention, last crop. You know, last crop we gave $300 per bag to farmers. Every bag of paddy you sold to the millers, the government contributed $300 up to that. That 300 equivalent for Region 2 I'm talking about, you know. In the whole country is $1.9 billion. For Region 2 alone, last crop, we contributed $348,567,900 for the prices to subsidize the price for farmers. We never said that rice is a private business, or you all go and talk to the millers and you all discuss with the millers. Then, seed paddy assistance. A number of farmers would have received seed paddy from the GRDB. Whenever I visited in Region 2, the President visited Region 2, always we have requests coming for us to assist. We distributed 621 bags of seed paddy, equivalent to 3,105,000. Chemicals. We give a number of farmers chemicals. So the contribution we have made to the rice industry in Region 2 alone this year amount to $838 million, close to $1 billion, including prices, including fertilizer assistance, seed paddy assistance, and other things that you can talk about. Leaving out the rest of the country. You all are planting here in Region 2, 34,000 acres of rice land you have been cultivating. Around the country, we are cultivating 232,000 acres. So that means that we have to give out 232,000 bags of fertilizer initially, firstly, we have to do that. Every bag that we produce the last crop, we have to pay $300 from the government that to contribute that to the farmers. So make up your, because the price falls. That equivalent to $1.9 billion.
The Agriculture Minister told the Region 2 farmers that government will soon commence construction of a $2 billion modern drying and storage facility at Onderneming on the Essequibo coast. The facility, he noted, will have the capacity to accommodate a significant amount of paddy and will greatly reduce post-harvest losses while improving quality control and price competitiveness. Also present at the meeting were Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, the Honorable Madanlal Ramraj, and other Ministry of Agriculture and regional officials.
Calling all farmers. Your registration with the Ministry of Agriculture promotes inclusivity and equity in our agricultural sector. By registering, you ensure that marginalized groups have equal access to resources and support, empowering everyone to thrive in farming. Together, let's build a more inclusive and prosperous future for agriculture. Register today and join us in shaping the future of farming for all. Contact the Ministry of Agriculture Extension Officer in your area and become a registered farmer and be part of the agriculture revolution. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Guyana's government is committed to involving youth in agriculture through innovative initiatives like the Agriculture Innovative and Entrepreneurship Program. Launched in 2021, this program introduces youth to climate-smart techniques and high-value crop production. Over 300 shade houses have been constructed, empowering young people to grow crops like carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. In 2023, Guyana expanded hydroponics farming, engaging over 300 youths in cultivating diverse crops from local and regional markets. Promoting agricultural science in secondary schools is also key. Investments in school farms, shade houses, and resources like chickens and aquaponics training enhance agricultural education. Through these initiatives, the government ensures youth are at the forefront of agricultural development. Join us in building a sustainable and prosperous future in agriculture. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Well, that's all the time we have on this week's edition of This Week in Agriculture, a presentation of the Communications Unit, Ministry of Agriculture. I'm Christopher Holder. This program is produced for television by Matrix Video Productions and Advertising based in East Berbice. Until next time then, be good to yourselves and to each other.